Okay, hello and welcome to the 2023 APTA Tour. We're live from the Montclair Golf Club in Montclair, New Jersey, bringing you the inaugural Montclair Open, sponsored by the APTA membership, APTA National sponsor Paddle Pro, and local sponsors Beetle, Core Private Wealth, Saturn Wireless LLC, and the Sam Joseph Company, luxury real estate specialist. I'm Mark Fisher along with Greg Morgan, bringing you the semifinal match between Burrish Ordoya and Bostrom Nolan, which we join in progress. And I think the score is love 4. Do I have that right, Greg?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. It's love 4 with Martin Bostrom serving, Thomas Nolan at the net, Sven Burus in your upper right-hand corner of your screen, local pro at Essex Fells Country Club, and host pro Mick Irdoja up in the deuce court there, the big lefty forehand. Off to a hot start so far.
Yeah, I have to give Ordoya all sorts of credit. He's done just an amazing job. He's got a great feel, a lot of energy in terms of the tournament. I mean, playing a tournament and running a tournament are two very difficult things, but to put them both together at the same time is just remarkable. And he's done a great job. A lot of energy here today. His assistant Allison has been wonderful and really great job.
Yeah, Allison's been on the ball all day, and outside there's still a nice big crowd. Everyone's eating, drinking, and taking in some great paddle today. Really cool event so far.
So just introduce our players. That's Ordoya hitting the ball now, the left-hander in the backcourt, and Thomas Nolan at the net. And then the blue shirt is Martin Bostrom, who's the Plainfield Country Club. And then that's Sven Burrish in the green, in the far corner, who's the pro at the Essex Fells Club. They started this match in another court, just moved over when the women finished. I think that's 5 love.
Yeah, this is a dream start for Burrish Irdoja. A lot of quick points so far. Ordoya's had a bunch of big forehands out of the middle already. And at the net, I'm not sure. It looks Bostrom and Nolan are having a little trouble figuring out exactly where they want to play the ball. So we'll see if they can settle things down here as they get going.
Okay, so this is Mick Irdoja to serve. Five love Irdoja serving. Have confirmation on that. Great serve, Irdoja. He's got such a great serve, lefty.
Yeah, he's got a way of finding that nick, and actually Sven himself too, going to the ad side, has hit a couple today already as well.
Yeah, I think they're probably the best serving team in the country.
Yeah, I think there's no question, and they've just got a great feel up there. You know, Burrish with his waterfalls. And then Mick with his roller up there. They're just a tough combo.
You see some of the myriad of skills that Martin Bostrom has. He might be the best current player not to have won a Nationals. Drives the ball with both wings, great serve, good hands.
Yeah, Martin is an unbelievable ball striker, certainly one of the best. And quarterfinals, is that the furthest he's been in Nationals?
He's had match points a couple of years in the quarterfinals, not made semis yet. Played for years and years with Sebastian Bredberg.
Right.
Last year with Max Lipavera, they lost to Burrish Ordoya in a long 3-setter. And then at Darien in 2020, he and Blake Anderson had match points against Burrish Ordoya. Match that Blake sprained his ankle badly.
That's
and
right.
Still kind of gutted it out.
Yeah, that was a great match to watch.
In fact, the umpire at the time, Marshall Chapin, told me that Martin played a ball on match point for himself that if he called out, Marshall would have supported the call.
That's
which tells you something about Bostrom's sportsmanship on the court.
Absolutely. Yeah, certainly one of the better guys out there. A lot of fun to be around. He knows these two guys well for sure, being a local Jersey pro here. So I'm confident he'll find a way to get themselves situated in this match.
Great transition play from Ordoya, but ends up coming in second.
Yep. Nolan was ready and waiting for that one.
Definitely seems like with the weather cooling down, you're seeing a little more conventional paddle than we saw this afternoon.
Yeah, it certainly cooled off. It was sunny and up in the 70s today. Ball was flying around all over. But yeah, you're definitely seeing a little more of the traditional paddle so far.
Thomas Nolan from the Boston area. He and Bostrom played together several times before. Real solid player. Played tennis at BC. Drives the ball well off of both wings.
Yeah, and he's got a great roller at the net too. He's putting a lot more spin on it than some of the other guys are. And now that it's cooled off a little, it's sitting down a bit lower in the screen. It's not bouncing as much. So, yeah, interesting to watch how that shot develops.
Missed that volley. Another point for 5-1. Get on the board. Nolan's like covering up, but I'm not sure that's the right play there.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem like he wanted anything to do with that backhand, but
which is fine if you want to bail out.
Exactly.
And start heading back.
Didn't really get out of the way there, the way he needed to.
Back to deuce. Boy, Irdoja is just unloading on that forehand. Set point.
Another big backhand from Burrish there.
Interestingly enough, Bostrom Nolan won the first set of their quarterfinals 6-love. So they're not. Oh, what hands from Burrish!
Wow.
Game in first set, 6-love. That was a fast set.
Yep, certainly the way Irdoja and Burrish would have loved to start.
Okay, so we will be back right here a moment after these messages on the APT YouTube channel presented by MI Paddle.
It's an amazing time in paddle to see all of these powerful women making their mark in this sport. This Montclair Open exemplifies best-in-class leadership when it comes to supporting women by issuing the same prize money to all players, regardless of gender. That's an awesome achievement right here on our paddle courts.
Okay, welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're at the Montclair Open in Montclair, New Jersey. The semifinal match, Burus Ordoya, Bostrom Nolan. Okay, you lose a set 6-love, Greg. What are you going to do? I mean, obviously we only saw part of that set. What would your strategy be here?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is they've just got to find a way to play more competitive points. You know, they haven't really found a way to dig in and get Burrish Ordoya to have to really commit to playing a style yet. It's been Nolan and Bostrom sort of spraying the ball a little bit, both from the baseline and the net, just giving away too many free points. So they've just got to find a way to settle down here and just make these guys commit to a strategy.
Did they switch sides?
They did switch sides, you're right.
But it was a 6-love set.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. We had the score wrong that first set because 6-love you wouldn't switch afterwards. But whatever it is, they've already done it. But to your point about giving away quick points, you're absolutely right, and that's what they started the set off with. And then Burrish.
There's a quick one the other way. So
30-15. Ordoya does such a good job of hitting the nick.
Yeah, he really is in that nick all the time, but good opportunistic drive off the nick from Nolan there to retake the net.
And you see Burrish, he's so good at blitzing.
Yeah, Burrish is so long. Both on it, really, Irdoja and Burrish are both so long, and you hit some balls where you think it's low enough or it's deep enough, and they're able to get a lot on that and push you back.
So Ordoya is a world-class athlete.
No question.
He's really special. I mean, the story I like to tell is when Mick was working at Innis Arden as an assistant tennis pro, teaching 45, 50 hours a week. He took 2 weeks off, went home to Estonia, and beat a Turkish player in the Davis Cup who was 450 in the world. I mean, that's just like... And the difference between being a tennis pro and a professional tennis player is like being a baker and candlestick maker. They're completely different things. And to do that just gives you some idea of the talent that Mick possesses. Oh, misses that one.
Yeah, he might want that one back. That was right in his wheelhouse there. So, Mark, the first set was 6-1, which would explain
the change of sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Bostrom not happy with that miss.
It's another loose ball there.
I think that's 40-30. That's just not a good strategy. I mean, that ball coming off the back wire with the Ordoya forehands.
Yeah,
so heavy.
Exactly.
I just don't think that's a ball Bostrom can follow into the net. I gotta slow the play down a little bit and get into some points.
So Bostrom serving at love 1.
And then Ordoya makes the exact same mistake we saw Bostrom make last point. The other semifinal is going on at the same time between Durant Mitchell and Ryan McNerney. First set to Durant Mitchell, 7-5. We'll try and get a score for you in the second set. Boy, Burrish Ordoya look way too comfortable for Bostrom's Nolan's taste. Just feeling good and swinging at a lot of balls.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting lots of balls to hit, which is probably the first issue. And then, yeah, when seeing Mick going up and missing that volley before, from their perspective, you don't even really need it right now. I mean, they're just putting the ball in, and another missed volley there from Bostrom on a big forehand from Irdoja. So, yeah, Ordoya and Burrish are getting exactly what they want over and over right now.
It's 15-30. Hard ball off the back wire just doesn't do any good. Comes out so far.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan hit a nice spike off of Burrish's up down up overhead there, but then Mick was still back there waiting and just they couldn't
pounded it.
Yeah, they couldn't even advance at all. So you're right, it's kind of a no gainer of a shot there.
Two all second set. Ryan McNerney, Durant Mitchell. Oh, you know, Ordoya is confident was hitting that running one-handed backhand.
That's right. That's a big forehand there. Nolan did well just to get the ball back over, and right move to bail when you saw that one-handed wind-up coming. Yeah, it's tough. Bostrom and Nolan really don't look comfortable right now. You know, it's not much is going their way. It's a tough start for these guys, and obviously both great players. So, you know, they can get in there. But I think you're right what you said before. They've just got to slow down and make these guys really have to play some longer points a little bit.
Do not want to get behind to start set 2.
No, definitely not. Not against the defending national champs. At their home tournament, no less.
Just too hard an overhead from Bostrom coming way off the back wire. It's just a sitter for Burrish. Well, that's a surprising miss volley there from Ordoya. Yeah, this is a really important game, early second set. Just lots of misses.
Yep, just a loose ground stroke there.
And that's the ball you expect Bostrom to make.
Yeah.
That's his bread and butter.
That's exactly right. So his routine, his backhand drive is his favorite.
Right now they're just giving away points and they're doing nothing to make Burrish Ordoya uncomfortable. Finds the nick there. They really need a hold here. Trying to figure out where to serve to Ordoya, which is always a challenge.
It's really, he makes it really hard. You know, he can squeeze himself in that corner, and that forehand is big. No matter how he hits it, it's coming at you hard. Yeah, and you're just finding that Irdoja and Burrish are just they're getting their way up to the net pretty easily on most of these points. And then once they've made the transition, like you said before, there's not a lot making these guys uncomfortable. They're cool as a cucumber up there right now, just putting the ball back.
Bostrom is one of the most uncomfortable players in the game to play against. He drives the ball so well off of both sides.
Yep.
You can see they're playing a lot of balls into Nolan. Great slash there from Burrish.
Yeah, a couple really good spin overheads there.
But all a result of some really poor lobs. Too many balls to the Burrish, to the Ordoya forehand.
Just too many balls off that back wire for him. He's just getting a lot of free swings.
Just no reason to hit the ball there. So 6-1, 2-love. We talked about it in the last match, Greg, but to me that Ordoya forehand is the engine that drives this team. Such a good shot. I think Burrish missed that one. Such a good shot. You just got to avoid it. You got to make them beat you with something other than that. And right now we're not seeing that from Bostrom and
No, yeah, they're playing a lot of balls into Ordoya's corner, and I think as much as Ordoya loves his forehand, Burrish probably does not feel the same way and really wants to hit his backhand. So, you know, maybe trying to make Burrish beat you a little bit more out of his corner off the forehand would at least give you a chance to make these guys work a little bit.
100%. I mean, look, Burrish is a terrific player, national champion, drives the ball well, but it's not the Ordoya forehand.
Right.
So you're picking your poison, and your poison is clearly
definitely Burrish.
Burrish. But right now you haven't seen that from them.
No.
Here they try switching the backcourt with Bostrom into the backhand side. Just to reintroduce our players to you, that's Sven Burrish in the green at the net. His partner in the blue shorts, Mick Irdoja. Big forehand there from Martin Bostrom in the blue shirt. And his partner, Thomas Nolan. Okay, signs of life from Bostrom Nolan.
Yeah, you want to hope Bostrom will maybe get a little confidence out of that, and he may get a couple more looks to bring his firepower out there. But it's funny, even with the switch in the backcourt, you know, with Mick being a lefty, they can just keep going with their strategy and keep the ball to that side to Nolan and make Nolan be the one to create something.
Burrish misses that one. A couple of donations this game. Chance to get on the board this set. Looks like Bostrom is going to switch, but not Nolan there.
Yeah, no, it didn't seem like he got the memo on that one. Yeah, so you see Bostrom trying to get a little more involved in the baseline. Which exactly, so looking for balls like that he can drive out of the middle.
Well, the tempo is better right now. They're not donating so much. Getting some swings. He's got to lob a little better. Again, like we've seen before, they're just 2 feet in the service box. Yeah, Burrish misses that one.
A miss, yeah. A couple misses here in this game.
Oh, he's asking. Looked like the call got overturned. Yep. 30-40. Okay, that one is called out and upheld by chair umpire. But it's 2-1. Yeah, the tempo really kind of changed that game, didn't it?
Yeah, that's more, I think, of what Bostrom and Nolan are going to need to have a chance in this second set. Is they've got to have some just semblance that they're competing out there with these guys, and you know, making Irdoja and Burrish think more than just, you know, how long until we get the Irdoja forehand. You know, make them earn it a little bit more, and you saw Bostrom there trying to take more of a lead in the offense there in the backcourt. So I think we'll probably see more of that as this goes on.
Now let's see if they can hold serve.
So Thomas Nolan serving at 1-2.
Some good conversation here from Bostrom and Nolan.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, you know, they're going to be a tough out, I think, and they're not going to go away certainly, but they've got to find some strategy quickly to get themselves get their teeth into this one here. Yeah, it's another.
Nope, those are the misses that have really hurt them.
Yeah, short point again and another miss. So.
And again, that's Nolan's stronger wing, the backhand. You can see Burrish's level has dropped just a little bit in the last 10 minutes. Can they take advantage of it? Big rip there from Nolan.
Good swing from Nolan there.
Here we see him switching again. Good dig from Bostrom in the corner there. Just at this point of the match, just can't afford to do that.
No, and that point that's kind of what they've, I think, been trying to get themselves to. Is that was easily the longest point of the match there. But yeah, still came down to a donation there at the end.
Looks like Durant Mitchell are through to the final. Again, just too many balls to the Ordoya forehand.
Good job, Ordoya staying out of the way on that point. Yes, there's another miss from Burrish off the backhand side. So we've had a couple of those in this game already. Yeah, and as you mentioned, you got to wonder if they're cluing into that, and they've got to try to take advantage now.
That's good play from Bostrom. Oh, that's really smart play from Ordoya, though. There you saw Ordoya bail as soon as he hit the overhead. He knew it was trouble, didn't want to give anything away.
Yep.
Took the ball off the back wire and took over the net again.
Exactly.
Look at that volley from Ordoya from deep in the court.
Yeah.
Tremendous hands.
Good thought from Nolan. He had another chance out of the nick there to get a high ball sitter in the middle of the court, but yeah, Ordoya just brought the goods on the volley and was able to fight it off.
Again, a lot of balls to the Ordoya forehand. No misses that one. Didn't get away with it, but that was a little dicey.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that being the.
That is not a winning recipe.
Yeah, the ticket to the winning the second set here.
And there's an example of putting your opponent in transition. It looked like a relatively easy volley. Volley makes more often than not, but still making any volley while you're moving forward. So if balls hit at you hard, it can be difficult, especially in the warm weather. Wow, that was just a complete donation from Irdoja.
Yeah, so that's big for Bostrom Nolan there to come out of that game, and they got what they needed from them. So, if they can settle it down here and make a match out of this second set, we'll see.
Definitely a drop there.
Tough serve. Serve in the nick from Ordoya, and Bostrom couldn't really get anything on it.
And right now, Bostrom Nolan just have to play a super solid game. Nothing special. Just find Burrish as often as possible. Don't let the Ordoya forehand beat you. Just play a smart game.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I mean, the match for the most part here has been for Ordoya Burrish has been living and breathing off of Ordoya's forehand. So, purely just minimizing those opportunities, you think would be a boon for Bostrom Nolan. But they're still playing a lot of balls to Ordoya's corner, so they're
a lot of balls equals way too many, huh?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Maybe there's a magnet over there that causes the ball to come over, although they're getting some misses from Ordoya right now.
Yeah, they are.
And there's a fault from Ordoya. It's amazing, even at this level of paddle, how many points end in errors. Not good errors either. Oh
wow.
Total miss hit that was.
In, yeah. Fortunate bounce for Nolan there.
Great
and
cut finish from Bostrom.
Takes advantage. That's exactly what they needed there.
And now they have a chance to go up a break. They missed the lob there, and it's 3-2 Bostrom Nolan.
All right, so they're back. They're in this second set.
Ordoya didn't look really good physically there with his face.
Good thing.
I mean, it's a long day, a lot of paddle. In Ordoya's case, he's got all the responsibilities of running the tournament too.
Yeah, no question. He's I'm sure mentally probably at his wit's end. This is always a big job, like you said at the beginning. Tournament director on its own is a ton of work. To be playing while you're doing it in front of your home crowd, defending a national title, start off to the season is a lot to start out with. So
looks like he hit a bit of a wall that last game. It'll be interesting to see how he responds this game. Those were by far and away the worst two games I've seen him play.
So Bostrom sets a serve at 3-2 in the second set.
And now more than ever, they just need to steady things down. If Burrish and Ordoya are going to implode, let them implode.
Yeah, I think that's key because these guys are still sort of recovering from their first set of, you know, lots of mistakes, lots of errors in the first set. So for them to finally get to this point where they're putting together some good points and putting a little bit of pressure, you know, they can't afford to start donating anything back. They've got to give it all on Burrish and Ordoya here to make them stay in it.
And so much of paddle is understanding what's going on the other side of the net. If your opponent's giving you things, let them continue that way. Let them continue to donate. Play smart, play solid.
Yeah, I think you want to put the onus on them to figure it out. So I think exactly if they're missing balls, it'd be very key here to be wary of where Irdoja is on the backcourt there and really minimize chances you're going to give him off that back screen.
Burrish volleys so well for a big guy.
Yeah, he's got great hands. He can get really low. And he's got tons of range up there. So a couple of these really nice deep lobs they've had. He's still putting in a good overhead and not really giving up any position up there.
And there's another donation from Ordoya.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the type of point we were talking about that you want to see from these guys. Just good, solid play. Make Burrish or Ordoya figure it out, and then you can adjust. Great serve from Bostrom. Definitely possessor of one of the best serves in the country.
Yeah, he's got such a great serve. You can, yeah, I think maybe as of last year he started kind of hitting that hard first serve, and then still got the big spinner. So it's hard to know what's coming. Tough ball in the corner there. Ordoya couldn't dig it out. So another opportunity here for Bostrom and Nolan to stay ahead.
But that's like 6-7 errors in a row from Ordoya.
Yeah.
Smart play by Bostrom. They don't get beat in the exchange.
It's a good drive from Bostrom there.
There's a great lob from Nolan.
Yes, they've certainly cleaned it up, Bostrom and Nolan, the last few games here, and they are making Irdoja and Burrish have to just feel like they've got to really play the point. You know, they've got to stay in and win it. So, big change for those guys so far. This has been much better.
Well, you said it earlier. They're not going away. It's a veteran team. They've competed at a high level. They played together a lot. They're not going away. You may beat them, but they're not going to go away. All of a sudden, you're seeing fewer and fewer forehands for Ordoya.
Yeah, they're doing a good job getting it into his corner, trying to hit his nick there. There's one. Oh.
As we say it, he gets 2 in a row.
2, exactly. But good patient transition there from Bostrom to just give up the net and get themselves set to restart back to the baseline.
Those are the errors you just don't want to see.
They really can't have those now.
Much better point from Burrish Ordoya.
Yeah, Ordoya had a couple good swings there he hadn't seen in a while, and he put him in, which is going to help his confidence, I'm sure. There's another big ball from back screen for Burrish.
Yeah, that's a bad overhead from Bostrom. That ball just came way out. Big moment in the match right here. Bostrom, Nolan, just don't give anything away. If they beat you with a nick or a great cut winner, so be it.
Right.
Just make the right decisions. Oh.
Just another error back to 30 all. Yeah, so big moment here is exactly right for these guys. You know, huge difference mentally being up 4-2 or 3-3. So, yeah, they got to see if they can hang in here and take this game. It's tough. Burrish has really improved those overheads over the last year. You know, I think he came out hitting lots of waterfalls, which he still certainly does, but he's gotten really good at that slash on those lower lobs.
Good transition there. That was a big point for Bostrom and Nolan. And another miss from Ordoya.
Point to go up 4-2 for Bostrom Nolan here. There's that hard serve.
Great lob from Burrish. Again, a good lob driving Ordoya out of the service box.
Yeah, a good move there from Nolan. We haven't really seen much of that, and they really haven't had opportunities to probably make it happen, but good reaction from Irdoja there to fend off that blitz.
Nolan's throwing a bunch of good lobs. Got to get him up there, or Ordoya's going to find that nick. Those are all too short now.
Yeah, it's good disguise there from Burrish on that.
But that short lob, it'll just beat you every time. There's no reason for that. I feel like the set is kind of hanging in the balance here.
Yeah, no question. This is a huge game, and yeah, you can't have that one. They've got to keep that ball in play there. So now they're break point for 3-all.
You see some really good lobbing there from Sven Burus, driving Bostrom out of the service box 2-3 times in a row. Something you haven't seen a lot of. Blitz, but doesn't pull it off. Burus does that just about as well as anybody in the country.
Yeah, good low overhead there. Give him a tricky volley there to look at.
Soft serve there from Bostrom. Didn't come hard enough over the wires for Ordoya to really tag it.
Another great lob from Burrish there.
Boy, he has hit a bunch of great lobs. It's so interesting that the shot that we hit the most is the shot that people probably practice the least. I have a good friend, Eric Budorak, on the ATP Tour, and he was playing doubles. He charted it, and he found out that 80% of the points ended on serve, return, or serve, first volley. So his attitude was, shouldn't 80% of my practice time be devoted to that?
I think that's pretty smart. I think he would certainly, he would be one to know. Great doubles player, Budorak.
And the team that lobs better, more often than not, is the team that's going to win the match.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you're constantly putting that net team under just a little bit of pressure by backing them out of that service box, take away some offensive options. So it is key to be able to do that.
Bostrom faults there. Game point opportunity, back to deuce. Great exchange there from Burrish.
Yeah, good patience on both guys there. Martin, Bostrom there, you know, could have reached and tried to take that volley, but smartly let it go. Stayed in the point.
I think that ball was called out, yep.
Yeah, it looks like it, so add in.
That was probably a ball. Bostrom's forehand coming off the wires that far, you probably want to bail on that ball.
Yeah.
Tough volley to make.
Yep.
Another opportunity for 4-2. God,
Yeah,
Burrish has hit so many good lobs this game. Unbelievable. Oh, Ordoya misses that one.
There you go. 4-2. It's a huge hold for Bostrom Nolan there. Way to stay in that one. And yeah, you know, ended with a couple couple loose shots from Ordoya Burrish again. So
more from Ordoya than Burrish.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yeah.
Burrish played a really solid game.
Saw Irdoja shaking his head there, talking to Burrish. So now they've got them thinking. This is what we were saying in the beginning. They just gotta dig in and make these guys play a little bit.
Oh, that's a ball Bostrom wants back.
Yeah, it's little things like that that are still creeping in with Bostrom Nolan here. They've got opportunities, and they're still throwing in some mistakes there to keep Irdoja Burrish in it.
I just wonder if the events of the day really started to wear on Mick Ordoya.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's late here, and they've had some. I'm sure he's just had such a long day with just the whole thing. And it's obviously not even just the women's and men's tour event. They've got PTI events using courts all over the place in New Jersey. So just lots of stuff going on.
And between the quarters and the semis, you're dealing with complaints from people. Well, honestly, it's just been a tremendously well-run event. A lot of energy. I think he and his team, as I said earlier, have done just a great job. But as a tournament director, that's the sort of thing you deal with. As a player, you're completely sequestered from that.
Right, exactly.
And that's what makes the performance today so impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, that ball is close.
Yeah, caught the nick too.
Nolan is really stabilized.
Yeah, he's hitting some better lobs there. He's really taking his time. I think he obviously knows a lot of the balls are going to be coming his way, so he's digging in to play some defense. That's a good drive. He doesn't have too many chances to do that today. Great blitz off that screen drive.
Great job by Burrish getting out of the way of that ball.
Loose forehand there. Ordoya didn't like that one. Probably didn't need to go for that spot.
Well, anytime he misses a forehand, you're surprised.
Yeah.
But I think he's having a little bit of a walkabout right now. Fault from Burrish.
Back-to-back errors. So they've got Ordoya Burrish rattled a little bit here. So huge game for Bostrom Nolan here to try to take and put themselves in a winning position towards the end of the second set here.
Well, it's like we keep talking about. Your opponent's giving it to you. Don't get in their way. Thomas Nolan especially has just played really solidly. Not trying to do too much. Lobbing well. They're getting the errors right now.
Yeah, I think Nolan's doing a great job. He's just sort of taking what he's getting. He hasn't had a ton of opportunities to drive, but there's another. He saw a down-up overhead coming. And
great blitz. Tremendous volley from Burrish.
Yeah, it's a great volley to hold on to the net there. It's a good pickup. That's a tough waterfall. There's another one. Good job from Burrish there moving in. He saw that drive coming. Oh.
Great cut overhead there from Burrish. Burrish is really carrying him right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 all. Burrish just so good at the net.
Yeah, he's just so sure-handed. Not a lot of movement from him up there. He's well positioned most of the time, so he's just he's ready.
But usually it's hard for the big guys to get down for the ball, and he doesn't have that problem at all.
No, yeah.
Another missed volley from Ordoya.
It's a good spot drive from Bostrom there, and probably smartly hit it at Ordoya and not Burrish in that moment.
Bostrom Nolan looking for the switch right off the serve there.
Yeah, right now this setup's working well for them. Nolan's doing a great job fending off Mick Irdoja's roller into that deuce corner.
Great get there off the seam.
Yeah. I think this is a good setup for them. I was going to say for exactly that shot to get Bostrom some looks out of the middle there, but he's got to make those balls.
And those are the points to win and lose sets.
Yep, absolutely.
One there.
Yeah, great swing on that one.
You can see Ordoya's just not moving.
Yeah, he seems to have lost a step here towards the middle end of the second set. He's not looking as confident, and you're right, definitely just not moving as well as he was at the beginning.
And there's another missed volley, 5-2.
Yep. Wow.
They're switching balls every 7 games, my guess, Greg, after watching Sven Burus throw that ball away.
Yeah, it seems like he was done. He's
like
done with that one.
Yes, we've seen enough of this ball. This ball is not treated as well. Look at the great crowd we have here in Montclair.
Yeah, the support's been on. The facilities here are great. This hut, hut's brand new. The courts are also all been, redone here, and the membership is super supportive. And yeah, that was a great shot of the crowd. Everyone's still hanging out late night here watching these guys.
Although they're a lot quieter in the second set than the first set. Any guesses why?
Yeah.
The host pro is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little different. Long way from that.
The cakewalk of a first
set.
Yeah,
they were up 3-0 in a few minutes there, and it was looking like this could be a pretty short semifinal. But yeah, Bostrom and Nolan have dug in. They found a way to compete, and things have flipped a little bit here.
Bostrom and Nolan played a pretty bizarre quarterfinal match where they won the first 8 games of the match, and I think lost the next 6 and won the third relatively easily.
Yeah, I saw that scoreline. That was surprising. Was that against Kaler?
No, that was against Rams Watt.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, the other Pittsburgh team there.
Right. You're the right town.
Yeah.
Oh, Bostrom with
tough, yeah.
This is where you just got to steady it down. So another forehand miss there from Ordoya on the return to serve.
Yep.
He just doesn't look right to me right now.
No, I think you're right. He definitely seems like he's, I don't know if he's just tired from everything we've been talking about, from what his day's been like, or if it's something else. But
there's a good forehand from him.
And I think that's a big thing to point out, because it probably isn't going to take him, a couple good shots from him, and he may wake right back up and be right in this thing. So Bostrom and Nolan definitely still want to tread carefully with, when they're at the net where they're putting that ball, and not give him any thought that he can just turn it right back on.
That was the first bad miss Nolan in a while.
Yeah, he's really stepped his game up in this second set.
That's great overhead. Good pace deep in the court.
Yeah, he really loads that roller up a spin, and it's tricky to read because it doesn't come in, probably as heavy as some of the other ones, but it's a really good shot. Oh, he's going to want that one back.
Yeah, singing his praises, and all of a sudden a couple of bad misses.
There's that, yep.
Wow, just way too fast a game.
Yeah, too many good looks for Ordoya there.
And you see Bostrom Nolan switching to the backcourt again.
Great volley from Ordoya there.
I like the blitz from Nolan there.
Wow.
See, that's the type of shot you shouldn't try when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
Trying to build your confidence again.
Yep.
Figure it out. And not that Ordoya is ever lacking any confidence, but
no, but certainly right now he's a little bit off.
Misses that one down the line.
Another back-to-back misses from Ordoya there.
2 points from the set.
dodging that one.
Yeah, he's making a big target up there. Again, great sequence, great drive from Bostrom. That takes us to double set point.
Yep, all set up there by some really good lobs again.
Double or triple, that love 40?
I think it is love 40.
Yeah, so 3 set points.
Yep. There's a switch in the backcourt.
Nolan played such a good point and then just missed the ball. You wouldn't expect him to miss.
It's got a little crossed up, it looked like, on that last shot.
15-40. Still a couple more set points. Not a well-placed drive from Bostrom.
Yeah, a little too easy for Burrish there, and he's been volleying really well.
Found the left hip, not the right hip.
Yep.
Someone volley as well as Sven Burrish. That's too easy. A great volley there.
Yep, that was a big-time drive from Nolan. See if they switch back. Yep, there we go.
Great cover.
Yeah, this is good teamwork there.
Nolan is down.
So this is lots of great overheads from Ordoya Burrish right now. This is definitely what they've been looking for. But great defense from Nolan and Bostrom.
A great slash from Burrish again. I thought Nolan was going to attack that ball. Great lob from Nolan. Ordoya's got the answer.
Oh,
just can't drive that ball too low. That's 2 set points saved.
Great point from from all 4 of the guys, but Burrish Ordoya really locks it down at the net there.
It's like a little bit of the color turned to Ordoya's face.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever a lot of color in there. It's amazing how much of the match has been played with Bostrom Nolan in the backcourt.
Yeah, it's been a ton of transition for Ordoya Burrish, and you know, this is the last couple points have been sort of how it was previous, where they were really running the show up there.
And they've really tightened things up.
But huge point here, obviously, being down 30-40 set point.
Yeah, too hard. Well, it just popped out perfectly for Bostrom.
Yep.
We got too much of it.
Wow.
Misses a great play from Thomas Nolan, and we're going 3. Okay, we'll be back with the 3rd set in just a moment after these messages right here in the APTA YouTube channel presented by MI Paddle.
Hello, my name is Elisa Charters, and I am the principal of Beauty Consultancy. We focus on corporate social responsibility and environmental social governance. We are very excited to be a gold sponsor of the Montclair Open. Couple pointers out there for all of you players. Don't forget to let the ball hit the screen. And remember, pillows soft to the middle. Good luck out there.
Okay, welcome back to the APTA Tour at the Montclair Open in Montclair, New Jersey, and watching a semi-final battle between our defending national champions, Burrish, Ordoya, and Bostrom, Nolan. Greg, your thoughts on that set? I mean, really a turnaround.
Yeah, huge turnaround. You know, the match started off with just kind of Burrish, Ordoya on a rocket ship, getting through that first set pretty quickly, and then starting up. Was it 2? Did it get up 2-0 in the first set?
It was
1-0.
1-love and then 2-1.
And yeah, Bostrom and Nolan settled things down, played much longer points, and did a much better job staying away from Irdoja's forehand off the back screen there. And then just kind of cleaned everything up. You know, they made more volleys. They didn't. You know, Nolan especially started lobbing much better, and then they consistently made their switch in the backcourt to get Nolan on the deuce side to defend Irdoja's rollers into that corner. And so far, that's been a winning formula. So interesting to see what Burrish Ordoya come out here with. But if Nolan keeps up that level of play, you know, I think this will be a really good third set.
And I think the phrase used, which is just absolutely spot on, is cleaned everything up. They stopped giving away points. So waiting for Sven Burrish to rejoin us on the court. Looks like he's regripping his paddle potentially. Either that or he's looking for some more winners in his bag. Just to reintroduce the players to you, this is Mick Ordoya on the near side in the black shirt, and his partner Sven Burrish joining him in the green, and that's Thomas Nolan in the black shirt, and his partner Martin Bostrom in the blue.
Yeah, so Mick Irdoja, Sven Burrish, Martin Bostrom, all local New Jersey teaching professionals, and Thomas Nolan is a player out of the Boston area.
Okay, so here we go. First set we saw Burrish Ordoya at a high level. The second set we saw Bostrom Nolan at a high level. Let's see if we can see both teams at a high level.
Yeah, this should be an interesting third set. So they're sticking with their backcourt switch, which is, I think, obviously the right move for Bostrom and Nolan. And you know, Ordoya was probably the player that had the most issues in that second set. Just, you know, missing some uncharacteristic drives and certainly some volleys at the net. So if he can tighten things up, this will be a tough match for either team to pull out. And I think for Bostrom Nolan, it's just got to be more of the same for right now. I mean, until they see something, you know, more from Ordoya Burrish, that this isn't gonna wear them down. I think Nolan just keeps putting those up, and got to minimize that. Can't have any of those big misses.
Love 15.
I don't know about that overhead. That might not be the best place to go with that one.
That's too kind saying you're not sure about it. I think you are sure about it. A little confusion there.
Yeah, I think you might want to let Martin take the forehand there.
Yep, that was Bostrom's ball, no question. Or of course, maybe it wasn't Bostrom's ball based on how that one ended up.
Yeah, and that's the second one this game that he's missed off the forehand. So maybe Nolan's feeling that a little bit.
Love 30. Bostrom's taking too many of the overhits.
Yes, definitely from that position. I think that's going to let up a lot of offensive opportunities for Ordoya there if he's going to keep playing them like that.
And there you saw that change of sides, just opened it all up for that Burrish backhand. Boy, just don't want to start a set like that.
No, definitely not the game they wanted there. Couple short points again. This is kind of what it was like in the beginning of the match in the first set. Loose points from Bostrom Nolan. No real identity in how they were going to play it. So, but obviously those guys know that. That's not what they drew up, I'm sure. So we'll see how they respond here in the first service game for Ordoya Burrish.
Let's hope they didn't draw that up. Jeez. Oh, they should have been in the net for that ball.
So a couple loose swings from Bostrom to start out. So I think he's just got to be a little more patient.
But all right balls to swing at.
Yeah.
Just didn't execute.
Yeah.
3 misses the first 5 points.
I still think you probably want to test Ordoya's volleys a little bit.
Good move by Nolan. I like the move, but again, fails to execute.
Yeah.
John Lubow out there chasing the ball down. Very generous of John. Ordoya's definitely looking better, just physically.
Yeah, he seems a little more back to the speed he was when he started. But I think I'd still test him a little bit than that. I think I would, Burrish has shown he's on point with his volleys today, and that hasn't really changed. So let's see if Ordoya's back. Good positioning there from Burrish. Yeah, Nolan's speeding up a little bit here, so he's playing faster now than he was in the second set for sure. Oh, it's good, great overhead from Burrish there.
Zero points for
Bostrom
Nolan so far in this set. Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough start there. Love 2.
So much the damage was self-imposed too.
Absolutely right. Bostrom had a couple of misses there, and really loose lob off the volley there from Nolan. So, but they've been here in this match already, so they've got the recipe to get back in it. But they're in the third set here, certainly going to be short on time to get it started. Great hands from Burrish there. Great pickup from Ordoya. And they're right back at the net.
Great lob from Nolan.
And unfortunately, they couldn't transition off that.
I think Nolan made a mistake kind of watching that ball too much. Oh, great blitz and misses it.
Yeah, so Nolan's he's playing fast. You know, he's looking. And I wouldn't say they're bad opportunities. He's finding himself in pretty good places, but hasn't been able to execute in this set yet. Great return.
Well, it's 10 consecutive points to start the set. If they're trying to build their confidence, they're doing a heck of a job.
Yep.
A rare point with Bostrom and Nolan at the net.
See how long they can stay there.
As long as they can,
Yeah,
until they get the ball to the Irdoja forehand.
Exactly right.
So, missed it.
Yep.
I think Nolan's ball was going out.
I think it was too. I think he saved him.
Tough ball to let go, but nonetheless, they're on the board. We will not have a
Oh my
golden
God.
set.
Good for them.
Okay, they play another good point, assuming that one qualifies.
Yeah, so I think this is the setup these guys want, Bostrom and Nolan in the backcourt. And they can try to slow things down a little bit here. And
Oh,
there
another
you go.
miss.
Yep,
Burrish
miss from
oil
Burrish.
over that volley. Still missed it, 30-all. This would be a huge game for them to come back and hold. Just can't miss that ball.
yeah,
Ball came way off the back wire. Again, right decision, just poor execution.
right. Break point for Burrish Ordoya.
And that's the one Burrish or do I want to see? I want to see that low forehand
Right.
from Burrish. Doesn't have a lot of topspin on the ball. Really effective shot when he's hitting it from his shoulders, when he's hitting it from his waist or below. It's very hard for him to keep that ball in play.
Yep.
I really like to see Bostrom Nolan doing a little more against the Ordoya return, playing some Australian, poaching, just doing something different, make them think a little bit as opposed to just the same setup every time and you're bailing every time. That doesn't put any pressure on them.
No, I think that's exactly right, and they're letting them, you know, just kind of own the net a little bit too easily, and you know, now they're in a tough spot, being down 2-0 already, so they've got to dig in a little. And exactly, and you know what? When they did that in the second set, that's kind of exactly what happened. They made Irdoja have to come up a little more, and it turned the tables a little bit. Good move there from Nolan.
Yeah, great exchange from Nolan. Another point to get on the board. Couple of misses from
Yeah.
Burris, a little frustration. You'll love to see that when you're on the other side of the net, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, well, especially the way it started for Burrish Ordoya winning, what was it, 8 or 9 in a row?
10
10 in a
consecutive
row
points
to
to start the
start. So, yeah, I don't think they have too much to be frustrated about, but to get them to show it is a good thing for Bostrom and Nolan here, down 1-2 in the third set.
The winner will get Durant Mitchell tomorrow, immediately following the women's final, which will be a women's final at 9:30. So the guys will follow that match, 11, 11:30, 12. For those of you looking to watch the Giant game tomorrow, the paddle's on first, so you should be watching the paddle.
There you go. And looks like more good weather tomorrow.
Hopefully a little cooler.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a bit. So the high, I think, is in the mid-60s as opposed to closer to 70. So hopefully,
we're more than closer to 70
yeah.
today. We're about 75. Okay, Sven Burris to serve. Oh, those are just the inexplicable misses.
yeah.
Good position for that ball, just
Yep.
no reason to miss it. And that's to your point earlier, Greg, that Nolan's playing a little bit faster.
Yeah, you know, I think he's really what helped them hang in that second set. Bostrom Nolan, you know, Nolan was just so steady, putting up great lobs, took his time, and now we're kind of back to just short points with lots of misses from Bostrom Nolan. So
40 love in, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Misses the volley wide.
Yep.
Most of the balls Bostrom has swung at have been the right balls. Just hadn't made them.
Yeah, which is certainly uncharacteristic for him. I mean, he is one of the better ball strikers out there. Yeah, and in this set especially, he's certainly been off on those quite a bit.
That's just a great slash from Burus, going the other way too. That's usually the one he brings back towards the deuce court.
Exactly. You know, I think he's seen Nolan has had some trouble with that waterfall a couple times in this set, so it looks like Burrish is using that to then go on the attack.
So 1-3 final set.
Oh, there's a gift from Ordoya. Good blitz. Got Bostrom to pop it up. Nolan didn't have too much of a chance on that one. Wow, another miss from Ordoya there. But they have to be able to build on that. You know, Bostrom and Nolan here, they've gotten 2 unforced errors out of Ordoya, and they traded, you know, another one back pretty quick, so they can dig in, get a longer point here, and not give up that shot. Yeah, definitely not the ball you want there.
Just lack of discipline taking that ball back to Ordoya with the waterfall overhead. And then a fault from
Serves
Bostrom.
out.
And all of a sudden they're about to be down a double break.
Yep. Great ball from Burrish there.
Thank you.
But another bad overhead from Bostrom.
Yep.
Too hard off the back wire. That's the ball we talked about. Burrish is so good from shoulder up, swinging down on that forehand. And that's exactly what that ball was.
So Burrish Ordoya lead 4-1 in the third set.
Bostrom and Nolan have just gone right back to where they were in the first set. Playing fast, lots of mistakes. Just no cohesion. I mean, that game they got 2 unforced errors from Ordoya and were unable to take advantage.
Yeah, you know, I think the play at the net for them hasn't been all that tidy. You know, they're getting in a couple long points, and then they're spraying overheads or hitting them too hard into the back screen, which on either side can hurt you. But again, giving Ordoya the ball, you know, he's looking for, I don't think it's going to take you too far. So we'll see. Huge game here to try to get some confidence and stay in this match.
New ball. Another miss. Again, you know, Nolan's backhand, better wing. Short ball, pretty high. Level of play is not what you would call Hall of Fame quality right now.
Not at the moment. Yeah, again, we're kind of back to short points, trading errors back and forth. Ordoya and Burrish are just doing a better job right now at capitalizing. Yeah, there's another. I mean, that might be the third or fourth kind of blitz there that he's had this set that just hasn't worked. And it was working. I mean, you know, he did a good job in the second set on that same move, but third set just hasn't been able to execute. Just great volley. Tough. Good shot.
Maybe they have to be somewhere at like 8:30, Greg. Maybe that's what's going on. It's just going so fast.
Yeah, I think Mick Ordoya's day might be done. He wants to get out of here and get some rest after his long day.
Well, he's getting lots of help from Bostrom and Nolan right now. I don't know what that last forehand was from Bostrom. That wasn't even a swing. That was like a little push. I can miss it too.
Yeah, this is some strange points here. Just you know, which team wants it more, and you know, they're both giving each other opportunities to take it. So
it's a huge game too.
Yeah,
Bostrom and Nolan can find their way out of it and get back to down a break. All of a sudden, they're back in a match, as opposed to 5-1.
Bostrom making the switch in the back.
The lobs have gotten very short again.
Yeah, Burrish is.
That's a great forehand to the backcourt.
Oh, then Bostrom moving back in and just mishandled that volley. That's too bad. That's tough.
You know, once again, right decision.
Yep.
Good move. Just failed to execute. You think fatigue is playing a factor in what we're seeing right now?
You know, it's possible. Obviously, they've all been out there, and I think I don't recall if Bostrom, did they get a bye in the first? Did they play?
They got a bye in the
they
first.
Did get a bye. Okay, so yeah, you know, and the matches get spaced out too. So some of the days, you know, when you're not playing, you know, managing that time, you know, it can be tricky too. Good overhead.
There it comes.
It's a great move from Nolan. Reading that drive and going further across court to cover it.
And also a great move by Nolan. As soon as he seen Bostrom winding up, he took off to the net.
Exactly.
Late call there from Bostrom.
Good hands. Watch out.
Oh, not there.
That's good overhead there from Burrish. Getting the neck.
5-1, third set.
Yeah, and I think that point's kind of a microcosm of the whole match where, you know, Bostrom and Nolan were in control for most of it, and then that one bad overhead to Irdoja flipped the point, and they're back on their heels again. There just has to be a little more thoughtful play when they're at the net, especially as the point's getting longer. Great blitz from Burrish.
Yeah, I think Bostrom's footwork in the third set just got a little bit stale. That was aggressive.
Yeah, Ordoya really wanted the forehand there.
Only Irdoja could contort himself in quite that manner. 15-all. Yeah, I don't know why they're giving Ordoya's forehand so much respect right now. He's missed so many balls. Come to net, make him hit it.
I think you're right there. Yeah, exactly. You know, going back to the last service game, he had at least two forehand return misses in that one.
Just come in, challenge it right now. I mean, be aware of what's going on the court.
Yeah, I think you got to get out of there earlier than that. You can't hang around and even attempt to play that one.
Nope, that was a huge problem.
Yeah.
30 all, 2 points for the match.
Staying back again.
Great volley off the right court.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right. He's been taking them like that for a while on those two there, though. Two really good swings for Martin Bostrom. Maybe a little too late, but that's what he wants to be looking for.
That ball didn't get much of the line.
No.
Great blitz from Burrish.
Unbelievable volley from down low.
He makes that first volley look so easy, just tremendous. Again, a lot of short lobs. Seeing a bunch of aggressive overheads from Burus Ordoya. Burus misses that one.
Really loose swing there.
We got a hold. 5-2, third and final set. That game Bostrom served 1-4. Had some real opportunities. Ordoya missed a couple returns. That was the game that really kind of turned the set. Be a completely different match, serving at 4-3.
Yeah, no question there. And again, just they were given a couple opportunities and just sort of gave all of them right back. So they find themselves in the hole here, down 5-2. But a couple misses in that last game, and it's kind of how it went in the second set. It just slowly kind of leaked away from Irdoja Burrish, and then Bostrom Nolan got the upper hand. So they could force the issue here. We'll see.
A couple of big drives there from Bostrom. And his feet all of a sudden look a little bit sharper. Movement's a little bit better.
Good lob from Nolan. This is the setup they want. This is how they played that whole second set.
Just can't do that.
No, exactly.
Totally unforced.
Yeah, just going for an area of the court you don't need to be, even thinking about at that moment. They had control. Another free point there.
30-15, 2 points from the match.
Great volley there. It's a tough blitz.
Nice ball. Oh, what a get. What a great get.
Great defense. Got to know where that forehand is.
Yeah, got away with that one. Middle of the court is safe right now. Oh, great cutoff from Bostrom.
That was good.
Well, he read that one early.
Yeah. He had Ordoya looking to the middle, hit it back behind him. It's a great play.
30 all.
So huge point here.
just knocked him down.
Yeah, that was a big time drive, and Ordoya popped right up and
takes us to match point.
Yep.
Again, a lot of short lobs. Look at the bad overhead there.
Cover from Ordoya there. Kind of loose overhead there. It's the middle of nowhere.
For no reason.
Right. Yeah, this is too good from Burrish.
There it is, game, set, match. Burrish Ordoya, 6-1, 3-6, 6-2. Greg, closing thoughts?
You know, it's a tale of a few sets there, but Burrish Ordoya able to right the ship, and you know, two pretty dominant sets there in the first and the third.
And give me 30 seconds on your thoughts on the final tomorrow. The top two seeds playing.
Yeah.
Had some real battles last year.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You know, I think I think Johan and Steven are, you know, still best of the best, honestly, and they're going to go up against the current national champion. So I don't think you could ask for a better opening tournament here out in Montclair to have the finals be that.
Okay, so Greg, who are you picking?
Oof.
Come on, Greg.
I'm going to have to go Johan and Steven.
Okay, best of the best. I think that's
yeah.
Can't disagree with that. Okay, we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9:30 with the women's final, right here on the APTA YouTube channel, presented by MI Paddle. And that's a wrap. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.